I don't know what is going on. I'm having some technical difficulties. Anyway, welcome to the Peach Podcast with Seductive Peach. I apologize in advance for any technical difficulties. Definitely working on getting it fixed. StreamYard, please be on top of your game because we got some great stories today to tell. I want to introduce some very special music artist guests that are very talented music artists and also come on the show and chop it up sometimes for some mental health awareness talk, some real talk. Anyone that wants to tune in, just hit me up in the comments or something. Let me know you want to hop up and talk about your experiences with mental health, and we'll bring you on up as well, and I can send you the link. But in the meantime, we have Lil Beast and Thug Mormon, music artist guests. Please make sure you guys also follow them on all platforms. They're very talented artists.
Going on.
Shout out to, okay, before we really get started, first I want to give a shout out to Thug Mormon and Little Beast for being here. I want to give a shout out to New York Noise with Rotten Apple Media for putting me on the team, and also for having Thug Mormon on the show with us. Also, shout out to Trill Will, my project manager with the Peach Empire Agency. Shout out to everyone that messes with Peach and believes in Peach, because I believe in y'all and I appreciate your support. Also, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everyone in the Peach Empire. Shout out to everyone at ADG Radio. That's All Digital Global, adgradio.com. Y'all check them out. There's also a dope bio on there and stuff. I have a whole page on there. This show will re-air the following week on ADG. My Thursday show, excuse me, will re-air on the following week. So any show like I do this week will re-air the following week on the radio too. So that's some very dope, exciting news I want everyone to remember. And please check out the radio station because it's a dope station. Also, shout out to anyone watching even on my YouTube. Please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and put something in the comments. All the engagement and all that helps. Also, shout out to anyone on Facebook tuning in on either Facebook page, the Peach Podcast with Seductive Peach, or the Seductive Peach page. Please make sure you hit that like and share. So, Mental Health Awareness Monday. How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to the show.
Man, I'm doing good.
I had to do a few shout outs and stuff, little introduction real quick, but but I wanted to definitely first, you guys won't even believe, I'm so excited about today's show, especially because Thug Mormon and Lil Beast both have really dope stories to tell today. Little Beast, we're gonna start with you though. We know you were in the hospital recently, so I just want to say thanks be to God and all higher power for you, still being here with us and everything being okay. He did have a death scare. You go ahead and tell your story and tell us how it affected you mentally as well.
Oh my God. So what had happened is on July 28th, I had a concert that I went to, and it was lit. Everybody turned up, raging, had fun. And after the show, I had chest pains that were already like there lingering for like 3 days before the show. And I had COVID and bronchitis. And so I thought it was just like an after effect of like having bronchitis. So I didn't go to the hospital after, and then like my breathing after the show was like really it was harder to breathe. So I go to Kenmore Mercy Hospital, and originally I was never supposed to have heart failure and faint. None of that was supposed to happen. Originally, I was just supposed to get checked out for my chest and then maybe go for a doctor's appointment. But no, it all went left, and I ended up being hospitalized for an entire week because I just remember, walking in there and checking in and telling them what's going on, telling them how I feel and stuff. And they said, okay, it should be out soon. And yeah, it wasn't soon. I was in there for 3 hours at midnight, and I didn't even sleep that night. So what happened was I went to go sit down, and I just remember I'm just sitting there, and I feel like myself. I feel normal. I don't feel edgy in any type of way, shape, or form. And then what had happened was I just remember getting really hot. My back was sweating. Everything was sweating. I felt like I literally came out of the sauna. for like 2 hours, and then like my face just gets so hot to where like I literally need to like put my face up to an AC, literally. So I get up because I thought I had to use the bathroom. So what I did was I didn't even go into the bathroom because I felt myself like slowly losing consciousness, and I already knew what was going to happen. So what I did was I came back to the front desk and I kneeled down on my knees and I was like, I'm getting faint. It's an emergency. I feel like I'm dying. So then they put me in a wheelchair. They ignorantly walked over to the corner and they left me there. And then when they walked away, I everything just started turning like really white to where like so it was so bright that I couldn't see anything. So then like literally I kind of just fell asleep, like in a deep sleep. Like I thought I was like at home sleeping, and then like literally like I'll wake up because like when you're not really conscious all like that, you can hear words and understand what people are saying, but it doesn't really sound clear. Like you can hear it, but like it just sounds like an echo. It sounds like it's not really there.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up to a lady saying, "Is somebody gonna help him?" So then I wake up and I thought I had already passed away and I died, but I look around and I look at my hands and my legs and I feel myself to make sure I can really feel myself, and I was still alive. And I just felt like I started freaking the fuck out. Like I was literally just like I need help. Like I need help. Like I started taking my shirt off because that was causing me to faint more because I was so hot.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was ignoring me. Like nobody was looking at me. Nobody thought it was a big deal. Like the lady at the front desk, she didn't look at me. Like she literally just kept touching me. She didn't even look over at me. The security guard, he didn't care. And I was like begging for my life, basically, like for help, and nobody would help me. So then what happened was the lady said like, no, he really needs help. He doesn't look good at all. Like my face is pale. And
Mm-hmm.
so he came over. He's like, why do you have your shirt off? Didn't even ask me what was wrong. He just asked, why do you have your shirt off? And I told him, bro, are you stupid or retarded? Why do you think I have my shirt off? I literally just fainted and I'm hot. And you knew that happened to me. Walked away. And he's like, oh, I don't know what I can do. And I'm just like, you work in a hospital. What do you mean you don't know what you can do? So they apple juice after begging them for one. And they took me 3 hours later, and then I got transferred the next morning from Kenmore Mercy to Mercy Buffalo in South Buffalo. And
Mm-hmm.
I was there for an entire week, vomited in the hospital and everything. It was just not fun. Hospital food for an entire week, shots in my stomach every day. It wasn't fun, and it mentally it felt like jail. Like I barely got to see daylight. Like I looked by the door instead of the window, so I couldn't like be outside and see daylight. And I'm like literally like it was just like I never felt more happy to be home and be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole thing kind of just taught me a lesson. Really, just be thankful for everything that you have in front of you because you can actually be here today and gone tomorrow. So you have to be
Mm-hmm.
if you have a goal, you have to really go for that and make that happen before it's too late. Because you never know when time's gonna be. A lot of people like to wait and they don't do things. And I tell people like if you want to
Mm-hmm.
say something, say it. Otherwise it'll never be heard. So I'm just very thankful to be here in the podcast.
You
Uh,
know, I just want to say real quick, a lot of people ignore chest pains, and
yeah,
it could end very badly and could have ended worse. And
I
thank
had
God
heart
it
failure.
didn't. And and I had an old boss of mine ignore chest pains because he was such a workaholic, and with the next day he passed away.
Yeah,
Like
it's not
it's like you
acceptable at
cannot
all.
ignore chest pains. Like I don't think anyone should ignore chest pains. Hey, solo nitty gritties in the comments. Shout out, giving shout outs to y'all, saying he hopes you feel better. Hope you're better now. And if you want to come up solo, let me know, and I'll send you the link.
Are they,
But pardon?
is that they're commenting? Yeah.
They're, oh yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you said comic. That's why I was a little confused for a minute. Like,
No more DC.
but it's definitely important for people not to ignore chest pains. Like, I used to think sometimes when I ignored chest pains, it was like my anxiety, because you can get chest pains really bad from anxiety too. And sometimes that might be all it is. But it's still better to go to the hospital and get checked out than to just ignore it.
To be safe and safe, not sorry, you
So
know.
Exactly. Just like that saying goes, you want to be safe and not sorry because you never really do know. So how do you think, how were you feeling like mentally? How did it affect you? Like you had plans to do your EP that August 12th. Now we had to set that back some months in advance. And I know you were anxious about that. And, you know, just a lot of stuff you have going on with your music career even has to be kind of delayed right now. So how would you say that's affecting you mentally?
Honestly, it just is what it is, really, honestly. I mean,
So you've been able to handle it well. That's good.
my health really just comes first. I'm really bummed I couldn't. I even had to miss a show I was supposed to be on, and you know, everyone is just going up to the mic, like, yeah, give a little beat. I really appreciated all the support from everybody who showed it. I mean, like mentally, does it affect me? Probably, but I'm just in a mood right now where I just don't even care really, because at the end of the day, I know it's gonna be like the best show I've ever probably put together. So like honestly, I'm just like I'm being patient with it. Everyone else is being patient, and like, I apologize to everybody, but I can't go on stage and do everything that I normally
Well,
do.
you know
So
what's going on. I don't even think you owe anyone an apology when it comes to your health, but
yeah,
I understand you apologizing to your fans and supporters
I
that definitely enjoy your music and everything.
I got
But
hit
at
by
the same,
a little tick, and that will cause all of this. So I'm on
but,
now.
but
Feel
at the
better,
same
but
time, all your fans and supporters that really love you and care about you are I'm sure understanding to your health and want you to
above
get
all,
better.
my supporters, because they really are what make they give me.
I I'm sure they want you to get better
Yeah.
before you get worse. So the best thing to
Luckily,
do
I'm not on
is to
flight fest.
just focus on your health, most definitely. I'm glad that it hadn't had a big effect on you mentally, as far as like that could make a lot of people depressed, you know, that could
I
make a
mean,
lot of
it
people
does a
doubt.
little bit. I wake up
You know what I
like
mean?
every now and then I get very like get really emotional. I really like wow, like I really like I would have already
It's
been.
like it's surreal. It hits you all over again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
But I'm a fighter, so I know how to take a lot of pressure. I've taken so much pressure, and like I take more and more pressure.
Can I ask you, do you know why they moved you to Mercy and not Buffalo General?
How did they transfer me? You said.
No, I'm asking you, do you know why they moved you to Mercy and not Buffalo General? Because Buffalo
Oh,
General is for your heart and lungs. Like Buffalo
they
General would have been better for your heart.
yeah. So they moved me because they said they're better with like cardiac stuff than they are at
Oh,
at Kenmore. So I got.
oh my Lord. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I talked to you before they transferred you.
Let
But
me tell you the depths of it all. My heartbeat was like,
no,
literally
I
like
understand. But what I'm saying is
scary as hell.
Mercy might be Catholic health. BGH is Collida. They are two different health services, but at the so okay, so that's probably why they moved you to Mercy then. That answers my question. Thank you, Beck. And shout out to Beck in the comments. My bestest friend since I was 8 years old. But that's what I was trying to say is Buffalo General is better for cardiac. It is better for your heart. I know that personally. My ex had to have lung surgery there, and not to mention my father was there too for all his heart issues he had. So when it comes to cardiac, that's why I was kind of wondering why wouldn't they move him to Buffalo General for cardiac when that is better for cardiac. But I can see why now because if you were at Kenmore Mercy, that's Catholic health, and Mercy is Catholic. So they probably just try to keep you under the same thing, I guess. But at the same time, you could have, as a patient, though, you could have requested to be moved to wherever you wanted. Just so you know that, well, hopefully there is no future. You need to know that for as far as that goes. But, you know, just for like future reference in any situation, you can request even the EMT. You can even tell the EMT what hospital you're going to. Like the paramedics, like you could even tell them, like, listen, this is the hospital I want to go to. Sometimes they'll ask you, which hospital do you want to go to? Well, me anyway, you know, like they've even asked, like, you know, what hospital, and you can pick, you know, because when it comes down to your health, it's still your choice.
I just
So,
everybody watching definitely like heart problems is not something you want to have. Like thankfully mine are permanent.
yeah, it's not something you want to play around with.
It's yeah,
You want to see
mine
the
aren't
best
permanent.
doctors.
Yeah, mine aren't permanent. Mine heal and go away. But the thing is, like, I want everyone watching this to make sure that they are doing cardio and drinking water and good food for your heart. Self break needed. Because if you keep overworking yourself, you're gonna overtrain yourself, and I feel like that's another thing that caused it. Just working hard to give myself a break.
And what was I saying before that happened? Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. It is so important. Thank God he's drinking a big thing of water now. So in this, especially, you should stay hydrated year round, but especially in this heat, you want to make sure you're staying super hydrated.
They're dangerous. That tick can really kill you. It can paralyze you. So don't get bit by a tick.
Exactly. Your body is 98% water. You need water.
See, me, I'm weird because I'd rather the 90 degrees and humid than to like 50 degrees.
Actually, Thug Mormon, why don't you tell us your story? Actually, I find I find it somewhat humorous, some of it because of the way she reacted, but then some of it I feel really bad for you.
Bro told me about it on the phone, and I was just like, huh?
So wait, no, you guys got to hear this story. You guys just got to hear it. Please, guys, share this out. Share this out.
All right, so this is what happened, right?
Okay, start off first with how you met this person, and
I know, I got it.
To the day, okay.
All right, so I met this girl on Facebook, I think. Yeah, Facebook, and like, yeah, I mean, we just clicked off the bat, whatnot. She was cool. She lived out of state. She came from, because she was from Maine, living in Michigan, but she came out here and she pulled up to my house randomly, and like not even a minute of being here, my mom came outside and smoked some dabs with us, and the chick goes around and says, ah, bah, 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 like swearing at my mom, making threats, cussing at her, getting disrespectful.
Hold on, you forgot part of it.
Which part?
Didn't she say she was going to show up in an RV, but then showed up in a car?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
The RV was supposed to be where she was staying too and everything, but I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
So, anyways, she got disrespectful with my mother. And when my mom was trying to be very polite, because we were trying to help her, she was coming out to this area. We told her she could stay with us for a few days. Her animals could stay in the garage because my mom can't have cats. The dogs were fine. She had 3 dogs and a cat with her. And she was like freaking the hell out for no reason. Started calling my mom some foul ass names I can't say on the show. But it was pretty bad. And then my stepfather went outside, and I followed him out there to see, make sure she doesn't say no crazy shit. And I go out there, and she's telling my stepfather, I'm autistic. I don't have to leave. What was it she said? She's like, well, all I got to do is call the cops and tell them that you were harassing me and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, harassing you? What's your fucking proof? And she's like, Brandon is. And he says, Brandon ain't no fucking proof.
Oh, for those who don't know, Brandon is Thug Mormon. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah.
You're good. Go ahead.
So anyways, dude, she gets crazy, bro. I get my mom and my stepdad in the house, trying to calm them down. My mom had to call the damn police because the chick wouldn't leave. But she was outside. She went to her car, put all her shit in her car, and then all of a sudden starts screaming like a banshee for like a good 2 minutes. And then like it sounded like a siren going off. So then she gets in her car and just keeps honking her horn. And dude, this is like 11 o'clock at night. And I had been excited for her to come up and see me. She had planned it a few days before, but when she gets here, like less than a minute, and I felt bad having to walk away from it because I know I really cared about her. But I realized, you can't just, people say all the time, oh, I met this person on social media and we're falling in love. No, you got to wait till you see them in person.
Yes, that's facts, though. That's facts. Like,
that, bro, because like
regardless what's going on online, you have to meet someone in person to see if it's really going to be a real thing, and to see if they're going to be the same person in person.
Exactly.
Dude, she was such a sweetheart over the phone. She was the sweetest over the phone.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Hell yeah, I get to see her in person, and she's a goddamn nightmare.
Listen, first off, I gotta say shout out to Ken Robinson. Thank you for even tapping in. Everyone, make sure you guys follow Ken Robinson, especially if you enjoy battle rap and things of that nature. A dope person as well, to network with. He's in the comments. Make sure y'all follow him. My Artist Little Beast, especially. Make sure you follow him. Thug Mormon too. Make sure you follow him. But you know, even if you guys don't want to battle rap, you know, it's great to network with other people. You know, always network with people in the industry. Now, I think the story is kind of it's sad for you because it's like, damn, I know you were really super excited. I talked to you on the phone when she was literally on her way there. And for all that to transpire, and I was happy and excited for you. Like, yeah, you know, he's meeting this girl. They had plans to, you know, be together, to do this, to do it. And then I asked him yesterday, what happened with that girl the other day? And then I get this wild, crazy story. Like,
dude, went fucking.
I'm like, yo, but the craziest part is, this girl literally, like, before even anything, like, before the mom could even get to the window of the car, she started screaming like that. Like, I got to get some water in a second, but there is no reason at all for her to, you know, there was no reason for that. Now, but that's a perfect example of some mental health issues, serious, very serious mental health issues, very psychotic, I'll say, mental health issues that people need to be aware of, especially even when they're meeting people online. Like, don't get me wrong, I do this show, Mental Health Awareness, because, you know, for a number of reasons, to help people, give them a platform to talk about things, but also what inspired me to do this was I've had people way back when I streamed 4 years ago or whatever it was on Bigo even, I had people come up to me and tell me, you know, thank me for helping them through the depression just by being there for them, being myself, you know, being there to talk to them and different stuff. And it made me start my podcast on Stereo app. After that, I came to Facebook after like 80 shows on there, because you can, you know, reach more of an audience too on Facebook and stuff. Plus the video reactions were good. So I've been on Facebook now. In September, it'll be like a year we've been airing this show on Facebook.
Excuse me?
No, go ahead.
Oh,
I would just let me finish my thought real quick. I just want to say, I do this show because everyone, I feel, you know, everyone has a lot of mental health things going on with them. Some people might not want to admit it. Not all of us are perfect. Some of us, you know, we all have our own flaws. You know, maybe you might be like, oh, no, I ain't got no mental health issues. Okay, that's cool. You might have a loved one that does, you know, and that loved one still needs your understanding and support to what they're going through at the same time. So I also do this so, like, to help people get a better understanding and how to try to not just cope with things, but be there for people that have mental health issues. Like, in that kind of scenario, though, the Thug Mormon story, that kind of story is not, you know, I believe, you know, someone you're able to really be there for. Like, that's someone, yeah, you have to call the police. You have to take them to the mental institution or take them to the hospital and get them some real serious help. Like, she might not have been on her medication. That's why a lot of people don't like, a lot of people don't like taking medicine. I encourage, I don't say take it like as abusive, but I would say take it like you're supposed to, like your doctor tells you to. If you have mental health issues that you're even getting prescription for, you need to take that very seriously. It's not to be taken lightly. Now, if she was on her medication, that might not even happen. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just really important for people to not be in denial either about what's really going on with them and get the help they need. But go ahead, Thug Mormon.
I actually made a song about that whole situation.
Yes, you did. And tell everyone the title so they could check it out.
It's called Time to Let You Go.
Well, some people in the
It's clean, by
situation.
the way. It's clean, by the way.
Yes, hang on. I just want to reply. There's a comment saying, don't fall for the hype, pharmaceuticals are poison. First of all, if you can get through things naturally with natural, healthy ways of eating and all that other stuff and meditation, that's all great. God bless you. But not everybody with mental health issues that are very severe, like her case sounds like a severe case. Severe cases, I'm sorry. Yes, you do need medication for severe cases. Now, I never used to be even someone that would say, hey, take, but then I also seen the difference between a person on their medicine and a person that's not. Some people can't deal and cope with life unless they're on their medication. And that's really severe cases. Like people can say, pharmaceutical this, pharmaceutical that. Yeah, doctors and pharmaceutical companies have their own conspiracies too, just to get their money. I understand, trust and believe, don't even, that's a whole nother topic for another show. But my point is there's enough mental health, there's severe cases of it to the point where some people really need it. Like I said, I'm not one to usually even advocate or say, hey, I would tell everybody, take healthy, natural ways first if you can. But some people don't realize some people with very severe mental health issues can't just do that. They can't just do, I'm just going to eat healthy, or I'm just going to think positive, or I'm just going to this or that, and everything's going to be fine. Not everyone can do that. You feel me?
Can I?
And no, I don't know what kind of, you must not have really dealt with a lot of severe cases of mental health like I have. I don't think you'd necessarily be saying that, 100% saying that anyway. But I would love to hear if you have. Yeah, like what did I just say? I just said eating healthy and meditation can help. But a lot of people with very severe cases still need medication. Point blank, period.
You know what I found out? Like I figured it out. I find myself being a lot more happy not in love than I am in love. Because every time I get into a relationship, it's always, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, you're cheating on me. Check your phone. Let me do this. But then when I'm single and I'm by myself, there's so much more to life than just loving somebody. Like you can do so much to build yourself up as an artist, so much.
Self-love.
I'm not saying that it's wrong to love somebody. To love somebody, you gotta understand that decisions are a big part of your life. You make good decisions, you get good things. Make bad out. So if you feel like weird about somebody, you still decide, I'll go and talk to this person, and it all goes left. That was the decision that you make. That's why I learned to really focus on decisions, because it takes one wrong decision to leave yourself in a hole that's hard to climb back out of. So now, the way how the mind works, everybody wants to be in a relationship. Everybody wants to love somebody and all that. But people don't ever think of, like, what do I want for myself, though? Like, somebody else. And I love myself. What can I do closer with myself? Instead of giving all my energy to somebody who's not worth it. It's really find the right. It's like literally it's like throwing it into a bush and trying to find it. It's not easy to find it. It takes time. And the right person who always comes to you never go to them, I feel like. Because
just to touch on that real quick, it's always important to love yourself first. I promote self-love. And if you don't have self-love, if you don't love yourself, you're not happy within yourself. You can't make no one else happy. You can't love no one else the right way. Period. So it's important first to find your own happiness within yourself. Even after you do that, you want to stay single, that's on you. Just don't go around lying to people saying you love them or anything else at the end of the day just to get something either. because I'm not saying you do or will or whatever, so don't take it. I'm saying in general, some people, men and women, will say things just to get what they want from somebody, say they love them, and then not really, not really truly love them, just use them or just say what they want to use them.
Could I
But
share something?
yes, one thing though I just need to touch on real quick is if you really truly have like counsel people and stuff like that, then some people, if you really have been in the deep with it, then there's some people that even with proper nutrition and meditation could go crazy without their medicine. That's just period. There is sometimes for some people there's no way around it. Like me, I love eating healthy. I love meditating. Yeah, all that helps. That helps me throughout my day if I meditate in the morning, all that good stuff. But when you have a very extreme, severe case, it's not always going to help. The only thing that saves some people was their medicine. There's like chemical imbalances in your brain, and that medicine, yeah, it can help you temporarily, maybe. Some people need it longer. I'm not saying stay on meds forever if you're able to like wean yourself off of them, but use them until you feel you're able to mentally cope on your own without them.
And make sure that your doctor is prescribing you
and make sure your doctor is allowing you to wean yourself off, like giving you advice to wean yourself off. Like some cases are just more severe than others. Some people might just have a little depression, anxiety, and be able to do proper eating, meditation, and be perfectly fine. Others, that's not the case, period. Doug Mormon, go ahead. I know you've been waiting.
When I was 18, I was going through a lot of mental problems. Like, this is before I was on meds. And I'm a drug addict in recovery, but one day I was walking down the street with my cousin and I was hustling, and I just remember like I was chewing a fentanyl patch after sniffing Xanax, and I remember getting in the car, laying my head on the window peacefully, and then I'm waking up and I'm in handcuffs. The EMTs were there, the police were there, everyone was there. They had to defibrillate me. If you don't know what that is, it's those shocky things, and they put it to your chest. They gave me Narcan. I got hospitalized. They pumped my stomach, all sorts of stuff. And it was really bad. And it just got worse. My mom had to drag me out of the car. I had no pulse. I had no breath. And they didn't think they were going to get me back even with the defibrillators. And it got really bad. I just remember looking over, and my mom and my stepdad were standing there crying. I guess when I had passed out, because we had just gotten subs, and I kind of fell asleep with my sub in my hand, and my mom's like, "Okay, Brandon, we're home," and my cousin's like, "I don't think he's sleeping." So mom had to drag me out, do CPR, and then she looked in my mouth and she pulled a fentanyl patch out of my throat.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so I got sent to the hospital physically, and it wasn't the same. I tried getting sober after that, thought I'd learned my lesson, but no, definitely didn't. I've only been sober about 4 years, and it's been one hell of a ride, and addiction is something that I've been surrounded by my whole life, one way or another. And by the time I was 17, I felt susceptible and started using drugs, and then things just got worse, and now mentally I have a lot of problems. I have schizophrenia, ADHD, but I saw a doctor the other day, and he's sending me to a specialist. he said I might have something called dissociative identification disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure how to really explain it because it's a very difficult explanation.
Mm-hmm.
But stuff like this, I thought after the overdose, I'd chill out and whatnot, but it didn't work out that way. It was so easy to fall susceptible and fall back into it, especially when you have no meds. I mean,
Okay, I just have to say, you can't sit there on one hand and say drugs aren't the answer and then encourage shrooms, period. Like, what is it with everyone on this kick about shrooms, since it's mentioned anyway? What is this new kick about the shrooms? Like, I don't care what anybody says.
they don't
Shrooms are
show up
not
in your
good for
system.
you either, period.
Drugs are stupid. Alcohol is
It's a drug, a drug, a drug, a drug. A drug is a drug, period. And no matter how you try to make it sound all pretty with sugar on it or whatever, drugs are drugs. All natural. How do I know you're going to say that? That's first person's answer every time I have a debate about the shroom thing. Like, I'm not even going there right now, because what gets me about that is you're talking about no drugs, but then encouraging shrooms. Shrooms is a drug, whether you think it's natural or not, or whether it is natural or not. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, don't do drugs," and then encourage shrooms. That's just kind of what.
Anything that makes you feel different or makes you feel like you're in La La Land.
It makes you feel like you're in La La Land. It does not help your mental. And mask, just like these medications, these pills, mask things. So do the shrooms. Shrooms, even if they're natural, they mask. They are not 100% good for you either. Even if they are natural, they're not 100% good for you either, period.
Did you know those things grow in cow poop too, right?
Yeah. I know a whole lot. I actually did some research on them because someone was trying to encourage me to do shrooms, and I did all this research on it, and I could sit here and laugh now about it because I'm like, dude, that's why every time I see you, and I'm talking about the person that tried to encourage me, that's why every time I see you, you're zoned out and you're spaced out and you really don't know, separate from reality to the land you're really in type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
psychedelics
are also addictive as well. So I don't want to hear anyone say they're not addictive. I know people that are on them, use them, say they can't live now without them. So, everyone has their own opinion. It does depend on the individual themselves on what their opinion is on what, which is why we have these shows, though. Everyone gets to voice their own opinion. I'm not against anyone's opinion. Everyone has their own, but I am going to speak mine too in my own experiences and my own education or knowledge that I have, and that's the thing. I can always be focused just on doing my good nutrition, and my meditation in the morning also helps you be completely focused without doing shrooms. So, you just can't say, hey, don't do drugs here, but then encourage shrooms. That's a whole nother drug. It's still a drug. So, and it's so funny because every time I talk to someone about that or any kind of drug, they're like, oh, it's natural. I don't care how much you say it's natural. That's not going to change where really it puts your mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't need my mind. If you really want to be focused, try to stay sober. How about that? So that's all I got to say.
I don't know if you realize this, but psychedelics like mushrooms, for example, when you have severe mental health problems, it can only make it 12 times worse.
Thank you. Do all your research, period. Not everyone, and that's because shrooms are just now becoming a really big thing, bigger than they used to be even back in the day. Give it another year or two. I hope no one does end up in a rehab for shrooms, but give it a year or two. No one should judge either. Everyone is different. Exactly.
We live in a world.
My choice of drug, honestly, was mostly opioids like fentanyl, methadone, Suboxone, just stuff like that, Xanax, Klonopin. I mean, it's rough. It's really, really rough.
Right. Oh, I'll tell it to whoever wants to hear it from me. You know, I'm just stating. Like I know there's certain shrooms. They say okay, it's supposed to help you like focus a certain way, put you in a certain place, blah blah blah. But if you just do that deep meditation you were talking about without the shrooms,
I'm just so different. I don't even focus on.
why can't you still be focused without shrooms too? Like,
I think just it's lame. I'm just so like different. I'm not even focused on nothing. I'm just focused on.
and you know, that's just it. Like when you're really about your shit, like, and I actually had an incident when you're really on your shit. When I had an incident with someone that was on shrooms, like I almost was trapped and everything because no, it's not the best at all for anything. I had someone that was really like crazy on some shrooms, and I had to literally get brolic with them, like yo, like get bold, I guess you could say, with them just to leave where I was at because they tried to trap me. Because they're thinking in their crazy shroomed out mind that I'm that I did something. Like all of a sudden they just switched like that on me. So exactly, everyone takes medication, either one or the other. Everyone has their own opinion on their own, you know, remedy or whatever. But you just can't, you know, you can't judge people for one on here, and don't have double standards. You know, don't say don't do these drugs, but you can do these drugs. You know what I'm saying? Just no double standard on it. A drug's a drug. What do they tell you in recovery? A drug is a drug is a drug. Even alcohol, they say, is a form of a drug. So you know, that's a whole.
It's weird how they say drugs and alcohol. Like, why don't you just say drugs?
Period. That's what I'm saying. Even when they say drugs and alcohol, like they have AA for alcohol, they have NA for drugs. They could really even put them together because they are all drugs. Period.
Really quick.
But that's just it. Like everyone's gonna have their own opinions. But that's why these podcasts. I love doing these shows because I love hearing other people's point of views. I don't judge nobody. Like I might not agree with your opinion, but we can agree to disagree. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can always agree to disagree, even if I don't agree with what you're saying. So, you know, I'm not one to like, I'm not going to sit here and argue or whatever because I don't do all the confrontation stuff. But when it comes down to it, we can agree to disagree on when it comes to the shrimp thing, you know. But I definitely enjoy everyone's input and appreciate everyone's input in the comments as well. You can't say nobody if you've never had experience with someone that has. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like everyone's had their own experiences. That's why everyone has their own opinions on things because everyone had, like I said, someone was shroomed out and literally tried to trap me thinking I stole their money and I didn't even have their money was right in their pocket. That's where they found their money, in their pocket.
Wow.
Dude,
Straight
true. Weird stuff. There's people who do weird stuff. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. And do weird stuff.
And they pop the bottom of the window, get it in. 5 seconds. I'm in love. Or they'll get.
You know why they're pushing shrooms so much? Because they want everybody to be in La La Land because then no one's really gonna see what's going on with the government and everything else in the world. If they encourage like big pharma and all that, like you were saying, yeah, of course they're gonna encourage shrooms because they want everyone to be in La La Land when it comes to what the government's really doing and stuff like that. But there's only so much I'm gonna say right now on that topic because that's a whole other topic for another show. And the government might even shut my show down when I get to talking about shit, like some real shit going on. But with the pharmaceutical, I get all that.
We have access to aliens, apparently, according to them. There's a UFO.
Are you covering your speaker? What'd you say?
I said apparently we have access to like aliens, UFOs. I don't believe in that. It's just like no, I don't believe in it. Like
I believe in aliens 1,000%.
You said tell Big Pharma that. I must have read your one comment about that wrong. I'm gonna have to go back in the comments. I must have read that wrong. But Sorry if I did read that wrong, but I'm reading the comments as they come real quickly and talking. So I must have read that one wrong.
Somebody in the comments.
You'll come to no problem, Solo. I know you were just getting in the house. It's no problem. Make sure you're taking your seizure medication because that does really help prevent your seizures. So definitely. Oh yes, super hot, and that is a big trigger. Make sure you stay in the AC or in front of the fan, and you're staying hydrated for sure. Shout out to you, Solo from Peach Podcast. Most definitely another dope artist in the comments. Make sure you guys follow him on all platforms as well. I meant to text Brandon, actually. I meant to text King Wavy about today's show. I forgot to remind him before I came out. I came rushing on the show. But I did invite him to come on the show, so maybe next Monday. I do want to throw out there while it's on my mind, this coming Thursday, y'all, please tap in because this Thursday is going to be a really dope podcast, artist spotlight interview with none other than Pyro, which is Nightmare Pyro and battle rap. Jason Pyro with his R&B singing. He is multi-talented. He is an artist with the Peach Empire Agency, I'm honored to say. And tune in because 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, he'll be on Thursday. And we're going to be talking about a lot of battle rap and showcases and stuff coming up for him as well. So, oh, no problem. Like, stuff happens, life happens. I understand. And yes, shout out to Little Beast. We're happy you're here. We're happy you're here. Just period. So,
people just saying that to me, like, I'm thankful you're here. Like, it's just scary to even hear you say that to me. Just like, wow.
Yeah, definitely. You educate yourself too as well.
Yeah, dude. I get
practice some of what you're saying. Educate yourself too more in depth on different things. In my opinion. So, yes, doctor. I love Becky. I love Beck.
Does anybody want to see a chinchilla?
Oh yes, one of the guests on the show sometimes is what was his name again? Gizmo.
I got two of them, but Gizmo and Nibbler. Gizmo lets me hold them and stuff. Nibbler is a butthole.
Right. So Gizmo, go ahead, bring out Gizmo, the chinchilla. The chinchilla
is famous.
Is famous now.
It was supposed to be a
Okay, well, thank you for clearing that up, Wax. And I didn't think you knocked shrooms at all. I thought you were advocating it. What's a skull head? That's your pet?
Yeah, well, I got my pet. Actually, no, I gotta show you. Yeah.
Didn't you have a cat or something?
Currently I have 5 cats.
Actually, Beck, I gotta have you on the show one day for real because you're very educated. Beck works in an actual hospital laboratory and does tests on everybody's stuff. So I definitely need to have you on the show soon. And just because you don't, hold on, I see you, Gizmo. It looked like he winked at me. Just because you don't agree with me, Womp Wax, don't mean you have to get all crazy either. Like I said, we can agree to disagree. If I did shrooms, I think I'd be advocating them, not saying I'm against them. So get it right. Oh, look at the little, what is that? Is that a kid? What is that?
A little kitty.
Oh my God. I wanted to say a kitty, but it looks like a rat. What is going on?
So yeah, it's a story about the cat. We found him in the driveway and it really like outside and didn't take care of him. So my mom just brought the cat to
well, I'm glad she saved him because he definitely looks like he needs to be brought back to health.
Yeah, we don't know.
Nope.
Let him go back to sleep.
Oh, and just a PSA to everybody. You can agree to disagree. Like, this is a show with everyone giving their own opinions. So no one getting their feelings either. Period.
It's okay if y'all want to cancel. You're already trying to.
Yeah, Gizmo looked like he was winking at me in the camera. I'm like, what's
Oh
going
yeah,
on?
he was getting
Gizmo
thirsty.
became famous on the Peach Podcast show a month ago.
Yo, Peach, how long is it now we've been doing these podcasts every week?
Oh Lord. Well, on Facebook, I've been doing it almost a year. On my YouTube, I just started on YouTube. Doing it because now my StreamYard software program allows you to go live even on your YouTube, even if you don't
How do
have
I go about?
So I just started that, but my podcast I was doing on Stereo app. That's why I was giving you guys at the beginning a little background. I've been doing this podcast thing for longer than people even know.
No. I was saying, how long have I been doing it with you? Just me and you.
Oh, how long have you been doing it with me? I thought you said me doing it.
No.
You doing it with me now has been at least, 2 months, 3 months? At least 3 months now, right? I think.
Sounds about right.
I'm going to have to go back and look at all the shows, but I think it's been at least 3 months now. You've been my little co-host for the mental health awareness.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so definitely a dope co-host as well. So shout out to you and the Bowley.
The official cover, yeah, this is the real paper I framed.
That's the official cover.
Yeah, I got
Make sure y'all do check out Little Beast on YouTube and other platforms. Little Beast. Make sure you type in the $ for the S so you find him. Definitely dope. Always dope visuals, so you will not be disappointed watching the videos. Dope visuals always, and dope sound. Doug Mormon, shout out to you for being on the show today. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone participating today in the comments and sharing the live and all that great stuff. We appreciate everybody. The funny thing is, the reason I asked you why you or when you filmed the Sid Face video, was because you had the hospital gown and stuff on. I'm like, I know he did not just get out of the hospital from almost dying and do that video. But I'm gonna yell at him.
So about that.
It was tell him the irony on that.
This is the official band I wore.
Yeah, but that happened. You shot that video, you said a week right before
it was
you ended up in the hospital, right?
Got bit by a tick a few days before we filmed it. We did that shot because it was supposed to be like a crazy person that was left in a hospital. And it turned from that into the next Friday. As soon as I viewed the footage, I ended up right in the hospital. Everything was the same. The heart monitors, the all the nurses were women. Literally, the IV, they messed up on it the first time and they had to do it again. I'm just and it was just crazy. I was looking out the window and everything,
right?
Everything that really happened in that
you guys hear that? So
except for me escaping.
Listen, don't jinx yourselves. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not a superstitious person, but what is the irony in that? A week before you go into the hospital, you're doing a video
about being in the hospital
with the nurse, with the hospital gown, all that. A week before he ended up in the hospital. That's why they tell people too, don't play in wheelchairs because you could end up in one later.
Yeah.
I knew someone that literally used to make fun of someone I knew that was born with his leg had a missing bone. So what they had to do was constantly do surgeries all the time. Even after a bunch of surgeries, there was still limp, right? And guess what though? The person that used to pick on him all the time, his uncle that used to pick on him all the time, his daughter ended up with worst case on her leg, where she ended up losing her legs or needed braces for the rest of her life. Be careful what you say to other people and be careful what you do, because you never know how it can come back. That's karma right there. Just the perfect definition of karma. You got to be careful. Whatever you speak into existence can really happen. I just got to touch on that for sure, because I strongly believe in manifestation. And I have been speaking manifestations into my life, especially these last few years, really. And
What's a
they all are
manifestation?
coming to life now.
What's a manifestation?
I don't know what that is.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, this time I really feel like I didn't manifest it because I was already bit by the tick, so it was already bound for it to happen. It's just a coincidence. But, like, now if I didn't get bit or nothing happened like that and I just ended up in the hospital randomly, that is definitely, like, a bad omen from that building. And I
But
must
that's
have
what I'm saying, a
definitely-
bad omen,
Yeah.
even. But I don't think a tick can cause cardiac issues.
Well, no. What happened was it caused Lyme, basically, and it caused me to have heart block because it went really hard on my heart. Basically, it caused heart failure. And after a whole bunch of tests and everything, basically, like, it's caused heart block. Not second degree to first degree, not second degree, like first degree. Whoa.
Okay, just to touch on the definition of manifestation real quick, though, because this is deep. This is deep. And I'm excited about it because I've been manifesting a lot of things, and I think they've been coming true. See, faith, what does my shirt say? Faith over fear. First of all, you got to have faith and believe that what you're saying and speaking is going to happen. Not if, not when, that it's going to happen for sure. When you strongly believe in something and you speak it into existence, it's going to happen. That's manifestation. Like watching things you speak and believe in come to life. I guess it's the simplest way I can try to put it is just watching things you confess with your tongue come to life right in front of you. I didn't say that. I did not say faith is manifestation. That is not what I said. I said you have to have faith over fear to even believe. To even manifest anything, you have to believe. Some people say they don't believe in faith, but they believe. Having faith and believing in something are the same thing if you look up the definitions. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic too I can touch on when it comes to spirituality and stuff that we'll get into on another show. So, but when it comes down to it, you have to have faith or believe in something. And when you speak it, it'll come true because you spoke it. So like, that's like the easiest, simplest way I can think to describe it. But it's pretty much watching things come to life that you believed in and spoke into existence. Like speaking things into existence, if you've heard that before, is true. You know, so there's definitely, like, just definitely please don't twist my words up in the comments. But I can say manifestation either happens or it don't. Oh, it can oh no, that's when you're doubting. The manifestation will always happen if you strongly believe.
Tomorrow, I'm up and I'm going to be perfect to do everything I was doing.
What's that?
I say, you know what I'm about to manifest? Tomorrow, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be able to do every single thing, right, without having to keep sitting down because yeah.
Amen to that. I believe it. And they say you have two or more people agreeing on the same thing, it's going to happen. Period. But, you know, everyone, like I said, has their, oh, shoot, what the hell happened to my phone? It looked like Chinese writing. What is going on? So, Doug Mormon, weren't you about to say something a minute ago? I don't want you to, you forgot what it was now?
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask before the video's over, do you want to play a song?
You want to play the new one you put out? What was it called? Time to Let You Go?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Just because it has to do with the story he told about that girl, and this is the song he wrote for that situation, we are going to play that. And I do want to play.
It was a great idea.
Yeah, I do want to play Sid Face too. So,
I'm gonna give
we are
everybody.
gonna play. Now, listen, first I'm going to say my thing's been kind of acting funny. So if you don't see me for a second when the video's playing, I'll be back. Okay. But hopefully that, everything will be fine. I'm just happy everything has been fine so far. So let me see. Let's get to these videos because you guys are definitely
I got what?
enjoy these videos.
I think she said we have potential.
Hey, I'm just trying to share the screen right now so I can take everyone to the YouTube. We are going to play Thug Mormon's song first, the Time to Let You Go. And definitely make sure you guys listen to the bars in the song. Okay, it is going to make me look it up first. Okay. I was trying to share the screen and then go to it, but I have to go to it and then
Go.
Yo, little beast.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see you're doing well, bud.
Yeah, man. Thank you. For real. Like, I appreciate everybody who says that. It just really shows that I actually matter. And like a lot of people that
Like, I try not to blow your phone up, but yeah, I mean, whenever you available, I'm
you're all right. It's sometimes like there's just some days I really don't like to talk to people and say things.
yeah, bro, it's all right. Well, we all get that sometimes, man.
Yeah. But I don't mind talking.
So, what are your guys' plans for today?
Chill.
After the show?
I'm about to play Fortnite.
I don't know what my plans are. Probably nothing. It's been raining.
Oh, it just started raining really hard here too before the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember I was telling you it was like so super hot outside, and it just finally started raining over my way.
Can't wait till I start recording again. Honestly, like I can rap. I don't know if I can do it.
Okay, Solo, I just seen that. Definitely will.
Let me yell.
Man, I can't believe it's already been an hour.
Yeah, when you're having a good conversation, time goes by fast.
Yeah.
That whole shroom like half of the whole podcast.
Yo. No, because it kills me how someone could say, don't do these drugs, but go do this one. Like, no, that's hypocritical and double standards, like, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm not even going to keep touching on that right now because we got better things to talk about, like Thug Mormon's Time to Let You Go.
It's time to let you go. Yeah, yeah. It should have been like a singing song.
Let me know if everybody could hear it.
Alright.
Can you hear it?
I'm stoned, bro.
Huh?
I'm stoned.
Really?
I've been hitting my dab card.
Yeah. It's talking about don't do drugs.
Okay, wait. You guys can't hear it?
No.
Are you serious? I just went to get some water. Hold on.
No, I can't.
You guys couldn't hear that?
No.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, looks like you're doing acapella. All right. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you know what? I'm definitely calling StreamYard because this happened on Wednesday's show too. We actually ended early on Wednesday's show because this was happening where it was playing on my side, but no one else was hearing it. I don't know what's going on. And I'm sharing the screen. So if I'm sharing the screen, it should be allowing you guys to hear it.
You'd think.
This like camera like and freaking live is different. Like it's like it moves different ways. Like hard to explain what I.
Okay, I'm gonna try to start it again. After you, well, can you guys actually see the screen?
I can see
You,
you.
I see you. I see you.
you don't see the YouTube screen though.
No.
No, I just see you.
Wow. Okay. And it says it's sharing the tab to StreamYard. No, you're not. What the heck? I don't know why. I should have been able to just share it. After I looked it up, share the screen and play it. I don't know why. It's not working. But everyone, I don't know. Now I'm having technical difficulties even getting back to the main screen.
Oh, I see. All in the
You can see me still.
Now all I see is Seductive Beach corner on top.
Okay, well, you guys are going to have to go look them up and probably stream those tracks, which we need those streams anyway. So, there we go. Now I'm back. See what's going on? That's so crazy. It has a whole nother screen backstage of me with just a white screen. What the heck?
Well, back to the regular screen.
Oh yeah. Now we're not backed up on top.
Yeah, I don't think it's the weather, only because it was like this Wednesday too. For some reason, it wasn't letting me share the song for some reason, and usually it does. So I definitely have to make a complaint to y'all, StreamYard. StreamYard, y'all need to fix my stuff. But anyway, that's right. Lack of knowledge can hurt a whole lot of people. And when people get just a little bit of knowledge, they think they know everything. Don't ever think just because you fulfill yourself with a bunch of knowledge that you know everything either. Always be open to still grow and learn and expand your mind to learn more. And be open-minded to learn other people's opinions and advice or knowledge they might know as well. With that being said, guys, please make sure you guys go stream. I don't know what's going on right now. It's not playing, but I'm going to try to fix the issue for the next show. Make sure you guys are streaming Little Beast and Thug Mormon on YouTube. Thug Mormon, you're on just YouTube right now, right?
No, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok.
Thug Mormon on TikTok as well, but your Facebook is... We're getting to you. Calm down. Your Facebook, tell them.
Oh, my Facebook's my name, but in parentheses it says Thug Mormon.
Okay, and Little Beast. Now go ahead, give your platforms and shout out.
SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Shout out Adidri. Shout out to the podcast. Shout out to the nursing hospital. Shout out Civic. Shout out Recycling Elbow. Shout out to God. Shout out to SpongeBob. Shout out to everybody.
Awesome, and you give your shout out, Doug Mormon.
Yo, I got to give a shout out to my man, New York Noise. I got to give a shout out to my moms. I want to give a shout out to all the homies, including Solo. I want to say shout out to homie. Just shout out to you. Shout out to you guys. I mean, I love going on the show with y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, most Steph. Appreciate having you on. Shout out to my co-host today, Little Beast and Thug Mormon. Make sure you guys are checking them out. Don't forget to put the $ for the S for Little Beast so you can find him better and faster.
Right there.
And shout out to Solo Nitty Gritty. We appreciate you and see you on the show next week. Also, I think I have a feeling of what it is. I gotta go in my storage and all that and my cloud and my Google is actually telling me I won't be able to email soon. So that's how bad my storage is right now. So I'm gonna work on my cloud, my storage, all that good stuff, and hopefully then I won't have this kind of issue. I can always take blame when I think it's my fault. That's another thing. That's a whole other topic that I will be touching on another week on another show. When it comes to people really accepting when they're wrong, being able to take the blame, take the lump, as they would say, and become better and improve themselves from it, and not just like try to point the finger at other people like it's other people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an important thing too. Like something too. I'm definitely gonna be touching on soon a topic because too many people do that, not taking responsibility for what they should take responsibility for with their actions or things they say. But Doug Mormon, again, thank you for being on the show. We're going to wrap things up for now. About to be 4:30 already over here on the East Coast. I'm in New York. Anyone that wants to work, any artist that's in New York that want to work, any artist, it doesn't even matter where you're at, really, we can work. So hit me up. I do not only management and promoting and have promotional packages, but I also do brand consulting, radio play, all kinds of things. You know, I model if you need a host for one of your shows or something or events. All kinds of different things. I write if you need a ghostwriter. The list goes on and on and on. Check out my bio actually on adgradio.com and you get a good idea too, a little more about Peach for sure. So again, shout out to Shannon Gallimore too for writing that. Awesome writer. Go follow him. Also shout out to Lamont English on ADG Radio, the owner. Again, shout out to Trill Will, my project manager with the Peach Empire, and shout out to New York Noise with Rotten Apple Media. All dope people. And a lot of artists feel like ghostwriting, it's not wrong if people need help. See, that's a whole nother topic we're going to talk about soon, because I feel like there's artists that can like maybe sing, rap, and all that. Like they have the talent with their voice. They just might not be able to have the same talent with writing. You know what I'm saying? Some artists do. Some artists have talent where not only with their voice, but they can write stuff all day long. But those artists that need help writing, don't feel bad about yourself or let people like doubt you or whatever just because they might find out you had a ghostwriter or whatever the case is, but you still have that talent with your voice, period. You know, so sometimes too, you know, when people try to get in your head or they say certain things, they can affect your mental. So just remember, like, everyone has their own opinion. No judging here on the Peach Podcast. So any artist that wants to chop it up next week about mental health awareness, definitely tap into my DM on Facebook, Melissa Flynn, or my DM is Seductive Peach 2 on my other Facebook, or the Peach Podcast with Seductive Peach. If you're on YouTube, please again, don't forget to subscribe, like all that good stuff, and keep sharing the show. Until next time, y'all, peace and blessings.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, you most definitely. I appreciate you guys coming on to chop it up for sure. Always
Hell
good
yeah.
discussions. This week definitely was good discussions. We had a lot of good stories, and love the participation and comments. Always good to have as well. And next show Thursday.